This is every knife skin in Valorant ranked from worst to best according to my viewers. Starting off, the intergrade blade feels like a mix of the glitch pop dagger and an axe in the worst way possible. This one's pretty awful as well, so I see why it's down here. Valorant's first dual wielded weapon was pretty bad, and it's green screen, not worth your money at all. This is the worst axe in the game, and it's not even a question. This one's alright if you upgrade it, but there's way better knives for your money in my opinion. This was the first green screen skin added to the game, so I'm glad it's all the way down here. The Altitude bundle was kind of a meme bundle, so this one's pretty deserving. The Lux knife is OG, so I didn't expect it this slow, but it's pretty bad compared to the knives that we have today. Yeah, honestly, this wand is just terrible in my opinion. I actually like this one, but I see why it's down here. The hammer doesn't even fit on your screen, and it doesn't do anything too cool. If you own this, I'm sorry for your loss. And if you're one of the many people who can't afford to buy skins, you need to check out Buff, an Overwolf app where you can actually get this bundle for free just by playing Valorant, Fortnite, League of Legends, Minecraft, and more. Just run Buff in the background while playing Valorant, and you'll earn Buff points, which you can then use to redeem things like Valorant points, V-Bucks, and even gaming hardware. Buff is also safe to use with no resource hogging, and it doesn't affect your FPS at all. Buff will also automatically record your highlights so you can edit them and post them on the Discover page where gamers share their clips or funny moments. And Buff will give you 100 free Buff points if you sign up today using the link in the pinned comment or description. And thank you so much to Buff for sponsoring today's video. I thought this was an alright knife, but clearly nobody uses it or wants it, probably because it costs way too much. Riot tried bringing us some Christmas joy with the Snowfall wand, but only left us all with Christmas depression. This one's kind of similar to the Tethered Realms, except not nearly as cool. The first animated knife to make it onto the list. It's kind of crazy for it to be this low though. I don't think it's really this bad at all. Just another reskin default knife. It does look pretty clean in the red variant though. Axes aren't very popular in Valorant, so it's not shocking to see it this low. I do think its pearl variant is pretty nice though. This is just the worst version of the Sovereign sword. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. This one just sucks. I've actually never seen anyone use the Origin blade in game. The hammer's a lot cooler than the last one, but I don't really think anyone actually likes the hammer skins. The Mage Punk Gauntlet is just infinitely better than looking at this one. This should be the lowest rated melee. I really do not like this knife. The No Limit Spat is actually pretty cool because it changes colors depending on the lighting, but overall it's still pretty bad. Yeah, I don't think anyone ever really liked this skin at any point in my opinion. This is a pretty weird one. It's like a toy box cutter. Why would I want to stab an enemy with this? If you bought this, I feel physical pain for you. I am so sorry. This is one of Valorant's best concepts that was executed so poorly. A good scythe would be so nice for Valorant. I really think this skin would have been much better if it was just in the battle pass. One of Valorant's earliest bundles. I still kind of liked it, but with the release of all the new skins, it doesn't look as good anymore. I actually disagree with this one so much. I love the Neptune anchor, but I guess my viewers don't. This knife really wouldn't be that bad if it was free or in the battle pass in my opinion. This one is actually pretty cool in my opinion. You can spin it forever and it has some really nice colorways. This one should definitely be rated higher considering it literally has an Easter egg where you can break it. If it was more common though, I think we'd see it a lot more often. This bundle was one of the biggest letdowns in Valorant recently. If this bundle had animations and sound effects, it would have been insane. These are a lot like the other blades from earlier except animated. I really like the Imperium blades. The Protocol knife is the default knife except it talks to you. Get some real friends. This one's really good, but there's better knives, so it's probably just overlooked. There was a time where this was the go-to knife for a lot of people, but the new Mistbloom kunai is a lot more fun to use. This one's not used much anymore, but early on in Valorant, this skin hit different. Riot had a lot of great options with Mage Punk and decided to make this blade. Pretty underwhelming in my opinion. The Ruin Dagger's original replacement, since it had the same animation, still kind of cool, but pretty unpopular. When this came out, it had sick animations, but now it's just alright with all the better skins that have been released. Up next, we got the Glitch Pop Dagger. It's still a decent skin overall, maybe a bit underrated in my opinion. I always thought the Cryostasis was overrated, but this just really reaffirms me of that. I like the idea of bats, and this is the best bat in the game, but I think they could do something better. This knife skin gives me nightmares. Extremely mid knife in one of the best bundles ever. This is one of my favorite knives. The Fish Fan in black is one of the cleanest knives in the game. It being this low is criminal. This skin aged pretty poorly, but at the time of its release, it was really good. The only reason anyone has this skin is because of the great sound effects with the Zed collab. I really respect the clone being this high because I know there are truly some dedicated Yoru players out there. Better version of the Katrina knife and a pretty good replacement for the Ruined dagger. There's probably some recency bias here since it's the new knife, but it does look pretty interesting. Valorant's first ambitious skin bundle. Unfortunately, the toenail knife isn't very in style anymore. This just feels like a better version of the Ion sword. The best part of this skin is the fact that it came with the Prelude bundle. Arguably the worst champion's knife. If it looked just a little smaller, I think it looked way cleaner. Adding a knife dual wield to the axe did not make this skin any better. Unfortunately, the fish fan blows this knife out of the water and it's not even close. This skin's actually sick since you can play a little mini game on it, but it is just ridiculously expensive. Valorant's first butterfly knife, it was so awesome when this knife came out, everyone was using it. I thought this knife would be a lot higher for the memes. All the Smite knife fans have let me down today. These have some really cool animations, but I don't know, something about them makes them too chunky and they kind of feel weird to me. I personally love this sword and still use it to this day. This is one of my favorite skins in the entire game, and I think this is top 5 in my opinion. This one is probably the worst of the butterflies, but it has a small chance of a rare color pattern every round, which makes it pretty unique. I really like the animations of this staff. I think Riot did a fantastic job with it overall. It's still the only melee that looks even remotely like it, so it is pretty unique. The Sovereign 2.0 gave us a new melee animation, and it looks pretty sick to pull out, as well as mimicking the katana. This knife is great in its entirety, definitely the best part of the Sovereign reboot. The OG Reaver knife is still one of the best knives in the game, hands down. It's got a nostalgic feel, and it just feels so good to pull out still, in my opinion. This is definitely the best axe in Valorant with a unique pullout animation and being part of one of the best bundles in a long time. It's honestly easy to see why it's so high on this list. The Overdrive blade feels like an attempt to one-up the RGX blade, and with the cool effects it has on top of the same animations, it does a pretty good job at it, and I see why people can like it. Up next, the Champions 2022 butterfly knife is amazing. Easily one of the best skins in the game, and it's my favorite butterfly by far. It's really a shame you can't buy such a great skin anymore. I personally think this skin is super overrated, but I can see why it made it this high onto the list. The Ion bundles have a dedicated fan base. The final Mage Punk knife definitely redeemed the failure of the others. It's a pretty good take on a butterfly knife, and it matches the Mage Punk set very well. This was a limited time fan that was initially only supposed to be released in China, but the community forced Riot to release it everywhere. Thankfully that happened. This knife is amazing. I still use this one to this day. One thing you can't say about Valorant is that they aren't good at making karambits. I mean, the lowest karambit on this list is in the top 10. I thought this knife would age poorly, but clearly it hasn't. In 10th place, we got the Mistbloom kunai, which is a lot similar to the Champions kunai, except it's a bit sleeker and has a more pretty design. So it's pretty obvious to see why people like this one more. It's also one of Valorant's only skins in the pink variant. Coming in at number 9, we got the RGX blade. Valorant's first katana has stood the test of time. People still love it for its simple design, and I mean, what isn't there to like about it? It has good animations, looks good, and has great variants. At number 8, we got the RGX butterfly knife. This butterfly knife revolutionized knife skins in Valorant. It literally changes colors as you're spinning it. I'm a bit surprised this placed over the Champions butterfly though. Maybe it's because more people have this one. At number 7, the Champions karambit holds strong as one of the best knife skins in all of Valorant. You unfortunately can't get it anymore because it was an exclusive skin, but it's fine because I think it looks a bit stubby anyways. In number 6 is the most shocking to me though. I haven't seen anybody use the Oni katana in a long time. It is still one of my favorite knives, but I didn't realize it was this popular. Given its unique animations and style, it definitely deserves this spot though. Up next, at number 5, we have the Xeno Hunter knife. This knife has been a fan favorite since its release due to its simple design and flipping animation, all for good reason. Top 5 is a great placing for the Xeno Hunter knife in my opinion. In number 4, we got the VCT lock-in knife, which is a slightly flashier and upgraded version of the Xeno Hunter knife. With similar animations, but a bit better style, it's pretty obvious why people like it more than the Xeno Hunter. Shockingly enough though, the Zero Fang knife came in at number 3. Yet again, another spin-off of the Xeno Hunter knife. I have to imagine Riot saw how well the VCT lock-in knife sold and decided to make a different version of the Xeno Hunter knife that stays in the game permanently. Either way, it's a great knife skin and deserves to be in the top 3. At number 2, we have a relatively new knife skin and the first dual-wield knife skin that I truly enjoy using. We have the Kuronami Melee. With unique animations and an inspect that gets faster each time you press it, it's no wonder why the Kuronami Melee is so popular. The animations were great, but it unfortunately does come at a pretty hefty price point of 5300 VP. And finally, for the number one knife in all of Valorant, it is the Reaver Karambit. And I mean, there's no arguing this one. It is just the perfect knife skin. Every variant is incredible. The knife itself is flashy and has great animations. I actually would have rated the Reaver Karambit number one myself. Here's a look at the completed tier list. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed.